Executive Councilor and candidate for Governor of New Hampshire, Andru Volinsky.
Hey! We are in a time. I'm Andru Volinsky. I'm on the Executive Council. I'm running for governor. I'm the first gubernatorial candidate in the nation to be endorsed by Senator Sanders. I am as pleased as I could be to be here and do everything I can over the next week to help elect Senator Sanders, the next President of the United States. So, people in power do not give up power easily. That's why we've had an impeachment trial without any witnesses. Now, I'm a trial lawyer. I've been a trial lawyer for 40 years. I've never gotten to a jury with make-believe witnesses. It's happened on the national level. It's happened on the state level. In New Hampshire, we had a lawsuit over how we fund our schools, how we mistreat children in some of the poorer parts of our state. And for 20 years, people unwilling to change, unwilling to give up power, have fought the court's rulings and not made the changes that were necessary. That is why I'm running for governor, to make those changes. So I say we leave nothing to chance. If you support Bernie because he doesn't raise money from the corporate PACs or the billionaires, then it's time to donate again. We need to get a message out, and the only way to do that is through millions and millions of small contributions. We know what power we have with a people-powered campaign, and I ask you to do that when you go home tonight. Will you do that? And again, we get the same thing on the state level. Bernie needs to be elected, but he needs to elect people who have the same beliefs with him all across America. So 2 weeks ago, I did something that's really hard for a politician. I tore up a check for $500. I tore it up because it came from a corporate PAC. I didn't know why it came. I didn't ask for it. I didn't know anyone at this Fortune 100 company. But I had a contract on my agenda that I was eventually going to rule on. And these cynical bastards sent me a check for no good reason. We need to stop that. I want to end with a story. It's a story about Bernie's reach and about how profound the policies he supports are. So I've represented someone on Georgia's death row for 30 years. He was scheduled to be executed on January 16th. And we did a last-ditch hearing on the 15th, and we didn't hear that night. We didn't hear the next morning. I'm sitting with he and his family and a couple of other lawyers, and at 2 o'clock, 5 hours before his scheduled execution, we got an order commuting his sentence. So here's the Bernie part of it now. There's a Bernie part. So we're sitting around waiting for this order, half dozen of us, and they asked me, they know I'm from New Hampshire, they asked me what's politics like in New Hampshire. And I told them, you go. And then I said to them, who are you supporting? And one by one, everyone said, I'm with Bernie. In a Georgia prison. And the last one to speak was my client's mom, who's 75, works at Walmart, never made $15 an hour. Mrs. Metters said, I'm with Bernie because he's for people like us. I can't think of a better way to say it. Bernie Sanders is for people like guys are great. Let me say now, it's my honor to introduce a writer, civil rights activist, co-founder of Real Justice PAC. He's working on electing fair and just prosecutors across America, Mr. Sean King.